the best strategy is for maximizing both your streak bonuses and your streak zones with Lyft. I'm going to tell you what the secret strategy is. I'm going to prove to you that it works with real life examples, and then I'm going to give you some tips that will make executing those secret strategies easier. Here is the secret. You can actually hit the same streak bonus more than once. If you knew that already, there will still be tips to help you double up on those bonuses more often, so make sure you stick around. If you didn't know about doubling up on your ride streak bonus and streak zone bonuses, here's a quick breakdown on how they work. Streak bonuses are straightforward. You start with a streak by accepting your first ride during the bonus time. You get back-to-back rides, and then you get your bonus after finishing the last ride. Streak zones have a little more nuance to it. With streak zones, you have to either start in the designated area or get your first ride from the designated area. Any rides that happen after that will count towards your bonuses, even if it's outside of the zone. That also includes when you double up on your bonuses. A lot of people don't know that one. That means if you follow the tips I'm gonna lay out later in this video, you'll be able to hit the streak bonuses twice or more, while only having to be in the zone once. I tested this and I proved it to be true. Let's look at one of my real world examples. It's 4:22 and I just finished dropping off a passenger off at the airport when I noticed that there's a 5 a.m. zone bonus nearby. The first thing I do is go offline so that I put myself in a position to double up on my streak bonuses. I notice that I have enough time to fill my tank, get some food, and go to the bathroom in order to make sure that I take away anything that can get in the way of completing the streak bonus. You have to learn to use your time wisely. My first ride popped up as soon as I went online at 4:54 and the destination is 5 minutes away. If I get there before 5 a.m, it won't start the streak bonus, keep that in mind. So the solution to this is to take your time. Drive below the speed limit, be cautious at stopping at stop signs, let that yellow light turn red. Do whatever it takes to get there after the time period, because if you don't, then in this real world example, the streak won't start until my next ride starts, which would be 18 minutes later, which would mess up the chances of doubling up on my streak bonuses. And that's not what we want. Thanks to my strategy, I ended up reaching the passenger at 5:01 a.m. After I dropped off the first passenger and picked up the second passenger, I confirmed that my streak bonus started by the first passenger by selecting the last ride option. If your streak was started, it'll give you a warning letting you know that you have a streak bonus pending and that you should stay online to earn that extra $21. Stay online, of course. As I pick up the third passenger, you can see that I get paid for the streak bonus, and it tells me right there that I should keep driving in order to start another streak. The problem is it's 5:39 a.m. It'll take me 8 minutes to drop off my third passenger by 5:48 a.m. Then it will take me 5 minutes to reach the passenger by 5:53 a.m. Except there really is no problem, because the next ride streak actually starts once the ride was added to the queue. So even if I were late and picked up the passenger after 6 a.m, which is outside the streak time, it will still count as long as the ride was added to the queue before the streak time ended. Here's the proof. I did this last week on Friday, July 29th. I made $380 in 9 hours and 48 minutes. Let's say we round that up to 10 hours. That means I averaged $38 per hour, which in my previous videos, I have said that this is the case, but a lot of people call me liars. But here's proof. I'm scrolling up and down so that you know that I'm actually in the Lyft app. So you can see that my first streak bonus was at 5:39 a.m. That's when I got paid for it. It's when I picked up that third passenger. And then you can see I doubled up on the streak bonus at 6:31 a.m. So we see the two streak bonuses. I'm going to click on the first streak bonus and it gives you the breakdown of the 3 rides. And it says that first one was at 4:33 a.m., but that's when the passenger requested the ride. Like I said earlier, I picked them up at 5:01 a.m. and dropped them off at 5:16. I picked up the second passenger at 5:25 a.m., dropped them off at 5:33. And then I picked up the third passenger at 5:29 and dropped them off at 5:45. And while I was with that passenger, I hit that double streak bonus by picking up the next passenger by 5:48, dropping off that passenger by 6 a.m., and then I would do the other 2 rides to complete it out. When you start early, about that 5 to 8 minutes earlier, what that does is that gives you time to get to the passenger and have as much time as possible to get that fourth ride while you're on your third ride, which will start the next iteration of the streak. If you start late and you never take time to reset, or like sometimes you won't have enough time to finish your current bonus, and you might have to give up that entire bonus in order to hit the next bonus, which doesn't make any sense. This is why being prepared is important. Here are 3 tips that will help you to continuously hit those double bonuses. Tip number 1. Always be ready. Streak bonuses and streak zones can randomly appear the night before or even the next day. That's why it's extremely important that your car is always ready to go at a moment's notice. We're talking about making sure that your tires are good. We're talking about making sure your oil is changed, that your car is clean, or the downright basic one, that you have enough gas. And all of those things cost money. I get it. So if you've ever found yourself in a situation where you needed an extra $100, that's where Ivy Card comes into play, the sponsor for today's video. Ivy Card is a super fast way for gig workers to support their side hustle, and if you sign up now, it's totally free and very easy and fast to do. First, you apply online by filling out a simple questionnaire and connect your bank account and your gig work accounts to verify that you earn with gig apps. This makes getting approved super fast. You'll get an approval notice within 24 hours of signing up. Then you'll be able to request funding and set up a repayment schedule for that funding. And last but not least, they'll send you a preloaded virtual card instantly for you to use while you wait for your physical card to come in the mail. It's not very often do gig workers get prioritized in the financial industry when it comes to getting some financial help. So that's why I'm really glad that this company reached out to me. So it would be super dope if you guys gave Ivy Card a shot so they can help you make sure that your car is always ready to double up on these bonuses. Tip number 2. Plan when to go online. Going online 5 to 8 minutes before the streak starts isn't always enough. In the case of a streak zone, you also have to plan to be where the streak zone is, right? And even if it's just a streak bonus, which can be started anywhere, there will always be a location that's best for getting shorter rides that you should go to as well. That means planning should start at a minimum the night before. You want to plan your sleep schedule in accordance with your streaks, right? That makes sense. Or if you have kids, you might have to coordinate that with whoever it is that watches your kids. What I'm really just trying to say is the more prepared you are, the more money you're going to make. I've missed out on great bonuses because I was too lazy to fill my tank the night before. These things add up. Tip number 3. Have a game plan in between bonuses. When it's busy, bonuses can appear back to back every other hour. If you take my advice and plan your start times just right, sometimes you'll have about 15 to 20 minutes in between each bonus after completing your doubled up bonus. Make sure you use this time wisely. You might be hungry, eat. Your legs and back might hurt, stretch. And this is a big one. Even if you aren't running low on gas, taking the time to fill up can be super beneficial. In fact, here's a video about how much money I made with 1 tank of gas. In the video, I'll break down how much I spent on gas, how much money I make on that gas tank, as well as the taxes and expenses I had to cover so that I can give you an honest accounting of what happened. If you don't see that video on the screen, that means it's not out yet. So you have to subscribe if you don't want to miss it. But until it is out, please enjoy this video where I made almost $900 in just 1 day.